Let's try working through this example. We are given that the measure of angle PQS is 32 degrees and the measure of angle SQR is 26 degrees. Well, what's the measure of angle PQR? Well, we know by the angle addition postulate if we take the two smaller parts and add them up, we get the whole thing. So that's measure of angle PQR is equal to the measure of angle PQS plus the measure of angle SQR. If we substitute the degrees in, we have 32 plus 26 degrees, so then the measure of angle PQR is 58 degrees. Here's another example. We know that the measure of angle ABC is 55 degrees, and we need to solve for x and y. Let's start by solving for x. We know that x plus 55 equals 180 by the definition of supplementary angles. Two angles together form a straight angle, making them a linear pair, which is also supplementary. If we use the subtraction property of inequality and subtract 55 from both sides, we get that x is equal to 180 minus 55 degrees, which equals 125 degrees. We can use the same logic and reasoning to figure out the value of y because x and y are also supplementary angles. So by the definition of supplementary angles, we have that x plus y equals 180. If we solve for y, we would subtract x from both sides, giving us that y is equal to 180 degrees minus x. Now let's substitute the 125 degrees in that we found. And then when we subtract these two values, we get that y is equal to 55 degrees. Notice that the vertical angles, angle ABC and angle DBE, are congruent in the previous example. This has been proven true for all vertical angles and therefore is now known as the vertical angles theorem. All vertical angles are congruent to one another or equal in measure. Here's another example. Two angles are complementary. The measure of the larger angle is twice the measure of the smaller angle. What is the measure of both angles? Well, first let's break down the information that's given to us. Two angles are complementary. That means we're going to have two areas or like blank spaces that add up to equal 90 degrees. We're also told that the measure of the larger angle is twice the measure of the smaller angle. So let's actually assign x to be the smaller angle and 2x to be the larger angle. We can then fill in the blanks of our equation. Since the angles are complementary, their sum is 90 degrees. So we have 2x plus x equals 90 degrees. We can combine our like terms to get 3x equals 90 and divide both sides by 3 to get that the x value is 30. Now that's not fully what the question's asking. It's asking us for the measure of both angles. Well, that x equals 30 does match the measurement of the smaller angle, so that's going to be 30 degrees. But then the larger angle is double or twice or 2 times 30, which is 60 degrees.